Cool. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to begin. So today's talk is around using whatever it is that you know to create content for the web and to make money from that. Can you confirm that you're seeing my screen?
Yes, I was just going to ask. We need to know who we're hearing from,
Okay.
Joedian.
Okay, cool. And if there's anyone who is in the waiting room, I don't know how I'll be able to see that as well, but if there's anyone in the waiting room, just let me know and I'll try to admit them. Cool. So I am Joedian Reid, as I mentioned. I am Jamaican. I'm from Jamaica. So I attended, we have some Woodmarians here, so Queen's for sixth form, but I'm actually from St. Mary. I attended the Miramont High School for girls. So I went to all girls school for all of my high school. Loved it. Then I went to UAE for my Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. I did my Master's in University of Hertfordshire. So I do have my personal website that has not been updated in a while, but you can go ahead and check out my page, my blogs, my YouTube, etc. In terms of my technical career, I started as a developer at eGov, what was formerly Fiscal Services, and I was there for almost 7 years. And then I was contacted by a recruiter from Costa Rica about relocating there for a position. So I took up my family and everyone and relocated to Costa Rica, where I lived for 5.5 years. I worked with Wells Fargo there, and I worked with Intel, yes, the one that makes the chip in your computer. And now I relocated to the US, where I currently work for American Express as a technical project manager. So for me, I think for a lot of us, we
Can we
started
just
out.
say woohoo?
I just
Costa
wanted to do
Rica,
that as well too.
right? Beautiful.
Yeah. So a lot of us started out with the idea that making money is a career thing, right? Our parents probably told us, get up and go up and grow up and get a good job, right? Become a doctor or a lawyer or something. I think now people are telling their girls and their boys become coders, become hackers, that's where the money is, etc. Right? So now we're hearing for a big push in for computer science. And interestingly, when I was at UA, my class was, I would say, mostly women. Definitely, it wasn't mostly males, and that was also close to the case in engineering as well, right? So that's very interesting, and I think that's very unique to the Caribbean as well. So we heard get a job, make money. And for many of us, we will be making enough money from our day to day jobs, depending on the field where we can live comfortably, right? But then we saw YouTube got really, really big, and we started hearing about cryptocurrencies and passive income, etc. And we started thinking, there's a way to make some residual cash and to make, dollars a drop at a time by creating content. So I want to ask and everyone on the call, who on the call wants to be a YouTube star? You can unmute and just let me know. Anyone wants to be a YouTube star to make money from YouTube?
I know I do.
So I see Jessica raise her hand as well. Right. So we saw so many people making money on YouTube, getting famous, and we're consuming so much content where we start thinking the only way to make money online is through YouTube. But that is just not true. A quick case study is this Ryan's toy review. My kids was watching Ryan for so many years. Now Ryan has his own toy line. He has 29.4 million subscribers on this channel. He is the richest kid right now just for making YouTube videos. So my son decided to follow suit. Well, not because of toys, right? But he started coding when he was 8. So as a motivation, he started his own channel, Job Codes and Games, because he said he wanted to earn passive income. He's saying, if he starts getting money from YouTube, he'll be able to build up enough money where soon he won't have to work. He can hire someone to do everything. This is actually his goal. And if you watch one of the interviews and when he talks about passive income, you'll understand that people as young as 9, 8, 10, they're thinking about passive income, about ways they can earn money in their sleep. And we're older, right? So why not us? So in terms of making passive income, I started doing some research myself. There are other avenues to make money like Fiverr, etc., where you do some work in your free time after you finish your day-to-day work, right? You can go and you can I used to do it. I used to write articles online in English. I used to do coding, after I get home from work, little jobs that used to earn me some money. But I had to work so hard for that, and sometimes late nights just to earn that extra. So I started looking at what some of my friends were doing, on following people on Twitter and looking at YouTube. I don't think I make great content. I don't think I'm that funny. I'm working on it. But how about other ways where I don't have to be funny? I can just use what I know, or just a little bit of research, not that much my personality, to earn money. And for some of us, we're shy. I think it's important. We want to make passive income, but we don't necessarily want to be the face of that income. So, anyone has questions for me? By the way, please feel free to jump in, ask a question, or raise your hand. Jessica, I think your hand is raised from before. Or raise your hand if you want to ask me something, and I'll stop and I'll get into that. All right? Cool. So, in terms of passive income, we're thinking of where we can use what we already know, or what we can use a little bit of research to know, and then generate some revenue, right? So I started looking a little bit more on AdMob and AdSense. So I'm going to look a little bit on these platforms. So Google AdMob, I keep pronouncing it like AdMob, is their mobile ad platform. So this is the platform, and this is for mobile apps, and you can add ads within any mobile app that you create. So for those of you who download the free apps, the Facebook, the games, the Candy Crush, etc., you may notice a lot of them have a little ad running along the bottom, or as you complete tasks, etc., you may see a pop-up, an interstitial ad that comes up. And for the number of people who view that, you may get some money. It's not a lot of money, but it is money. It's money that you're earning while you're sleeping. Yes, you have to do a lot upfront, but it's money you earn while you sleep. So if you create an app and you can get an app done cheaply, you have an opportunity to go and earn money by using AdMob. And if we have time in the end, I'll speak to creating apps and how to get an app done quickly. But I know we started about 20 minutes late, so I may not have time to get to that. But yes, so AdMob is the platform where Google uses to give you ads on all of those apps that you see. So when you're saying, "Oh, this app is free," it's actually not that free. You're not paying in terms of contributing some money right then, but by the longer you stay on the app, the more you use the app, the more you interact with ads, the persons get paid. So last year, when the pandemic hit, I decided I was going to publish an app, right? So what this meant was that I looked for a simple app I could create, and it was something that was near and dear to me. And it's terms of Jamaican stories and a platform where we can have Jamaican stories, song, etc. Combined somewhere easy. So then, let me try to move this thing. It keeps. Oh, yeah, every time I move my mouse, there's a pop down thing. So last year, during the pandemic, I created this app called the Labrish Jamaican Stories app. So as I mentioned, I will walk you through how you can go about and do an app at the end if I have enough time. But what this app does is that it has stories from Jamaican origin, proverbs, songs, etc., including original songs. And little by little, as people use it, it only has 50 persons download it, so it's a small number of people right now. But as it progresses, I want to go and reskin it and make it more user friendly, etc., more fancy. So I decided to create this app to see how I can create passive income. I'm going to quickly show you what my ad revenue from this looks like. So I can be transparent about this. It's not a lot of money, right? Because it doesn't have a lot of content, and it also does not have a lot of ads. So a lot of these other apps, as you do something, you have to watch ads to earn coins. And these are ways people encourage interaction with ads to make more money. So I have not done that. I'm putting it out there to everyone on this call that this is an opportunity to look at your favorite app, look at how you can design it, look at how you can create a niche market for it, and go out there and make passive income. So as you can see, I just make 19 cents yesterday, right? But it is something that I launched this app last year, June, I think, or July. Um, I have not touched it since, other than adding stories during the back end, But in terms of the app, creating a new version, etc., I have not done this. You hear one cocoa full basket. This is what it means, right? You create income that grows little by little while you sleep. Eventually, it will become $50 that you can use, right, to buy something you want, a new headset. It becomes $200 that you can use to buy a new phone, for example. So go ahead, Donette.
Okay, just to be clear, when you create the app, is the ad mob automatically linked to it, or do you have to create that link?
Cool. So that's a great question. So when you create the app, you have to integrate the ad mob in it. So what this means is, and you have a code. You're going to create the ads themselves, and you have to create the ads. This is my personal account. I don't know what I'll be showing if I go too far in, but you have to create the ads, and each ad has a unique ID. And I do actually have something open like this. This is what it looks like in AdSense, but each ad has a unique ID that you then go and paste basically within the app while it's being created. So for people who are learning to code, you can find templates, etc. And as I said, I can go into that bit later because that's a little bit more intricate. But you do have to integrate the SDK within the app to show the ads that you want. You can level down the type of ads you want to show. Let's say you want to show Christian ads, or you want to show cartoon ads, or you want to exclude explicit kind of ads. You have that limitation as well that you can set up in terms of the ads that you show. You can set up the frequency in terms of when you want to show the ads, once you fit into the guidelines that Google created in terms of ensuring that you don't have random ad pop-ups, and you're not pretending that it's an icon to do something else. When you click it, it's an ad, because that's cheating the system, and that will get your app removed from the Play Store. Any more questions on AdSense? Cool. So the other ad platform that Google has is called AdSense. So this is the one that you can integrate in almost everything that you have on the web. There are restrictions in terms of the type of websites you can put it on. Like I think they restrict you can't do anything with marijuana. But you can integrate this in almost every blog, WordPress page, etc. that you have on the web, and you will get paid the more people sees your ads and integrate with your and interact with your ads. So to get started, if you have a Google account, and this does work for Jamaica, just to let you know, because my Google account is actually tied to Jamaica. Weird thing is they don't allow you to change your home country, which is super weird. So just calling that out, you can get your AdSense. AdSense is also the same account where you get money from your YouTube account. So this is yours, and you're only allowed to have one Google AdSense account per user. So you can't just create random email accounts and try to do it, because the verification steps, it tries to limit it to one per user to prevent money laundering or people in countries that are embargoed from getting money from it. So yes, once you have a Google account, this is one of the easiest things. Even before you start creating the content, I would say go and read up on this and how AdSense work, and to see if it makes sense for you. To get started, you can go ahead, go through this. If you have the website already, you can put it in, your email address, and sign up, right? And once you sign up for AdSense, it will allow you to you can either let them auto place ad for you, which is like the page I just showed you. If you have the link to your website, it will automatically push ads in in the place where you want to put it in. If not, and you want to put the ads specific places, you can create ad units, which is a little block of code. And I'm going to use this and show you later on how you do this. And you would put the ads where you want to have it, right? So that users can see them. So for example, I do own this website called Remote Jobs Caribbean, where I show jobs that you can do remotely from your home anywhere in the Caribbean. So this is an idea that came to me. I think this is good content. I think this gets about 5,000 views per month. And so this is something I just thought of one day, went and bought the domain name, and I'll walk you through that as well. And now you see where the ads are located. So this is an example of how AdSense work. You create content, and my opinion is you try to create content that's valuable, so people don't feel like they're spammed or they're being tricked. And then you can place ads within your pages, in between. Try not to put too much, so that as people interact with the content that they want to interact with. For example, here you're seeing an intertitle ad as you move through, right? If you click on this ad, then the person who owns the website would actually get money, like 5 cents, etc. But it adds up. So that's it. You just saw Google in advertising on my page. Weird, right? So this is an example of how you create content. You create meaningful content around the need, and you integrate AdSense so that you can make some money. Any questions on AdSense?
Just one question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for the website, it has to be done on Google Sites, or can you do it on any site and then it will be linked to the AdSense?
Any
for example,
websites
Wix
at
or
all.
Weebly. Okay.
The only thing I'm not sure about Wix is when it just started out, I have not touched in a while. It was very template driven in terms of, for Google to auto place ads, it will be trying to find little areas where it finds space to kind of auto insert HTML, right? So I remember when Wix came out, it was very structured, as in it's almost like like a picture was there. I have not used it recently, so I can't speak to it. But once the website is designed where Google can analyze it and find that there is some space where it can strategically put ads, you can. If it's a Wix page and you are able to insert HTML, custom HTML, you should be able to copy your link to your ads and insert it, just like this. You can just copy it, and I'm going to show you how a little bit further on. So, and just to show you, I just kind of took a snapshot of my page, one of my pages for my AdSense, and this is what this could look like, right? So this is AdSense that's linked. It shows you how much money you've made so far based on how much the persons who are paying Google for the ads are paying to have those ads placed on your page. And it shows how the money builds up and how it accumulates over time. Again, little by little, one cocoa, full basket. So this is how AdSense would work. Any more questions from the students? Or did I lose them yet already?
No questions.
Okay, cool. They're probably like, I know this already. I'm making millions on my YouTube page.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But most people said that they're not on YouTube already, right?
They said they want to be YouTube stars.
Right.
So it's calling out that AdSense is also important because it's the same, as I said, it's the same ad platform. So if you become, it's tying into YouTube, once you become eligible for monetization, which I think is 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 views, 4,000 hours of viewing time, something like that, then it will link to your same AdSense account, and then you will get paid through AdSense. Adding to for AdSense to work, before you get your first payment, they are going to send you a code to your address, no matter where you live, and you have to get that code and input it online for you to be eligible to receive the checks from Google. Any more questions?
So you know what is okay? So I'm the old fogey person here, young ladies, asking a question, because how do people, I mean, there's just so much that's there. How do people find out about like the various YouTube stations? So for instance, like, I mean, the offering, right? So like the remote jobs. I mean, is it that I'm just kind of like doodling around and I just like remote and then Caribbean and then maybe it pops up? Because there are so many people seeking so many opportunities and so many young girls and young women like yourself doing amazing stuff, but then you just don't, the two don't connect, right, Mrs. Wint?
Exactly so. Yes. So
But I
that's a
think we,
question I have as well too.
but I think all of us has an idea, right? So, and I'm gonna break here, and I'm gonna pick on people, guys. I'm gonna pick on people, and I'm gonna ask if anyone has ever watched a video, something, a YouTube channel, or looked at a website, saw someone do something, and thought, "Hey, I can do this." Kaylee, have you thought that?
Yes, I have personally.
Exactly, Zoe. I'm sure you've thought that as well, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes, and Shaheem, you have thought that, right? I think Shaim left us to go grab a snack or something.
I
But
think
yes,
there's a microphone issue though. All right.
ah,
So she
okay.
has a microphone issue.
Yeah, I do believe.
Yes.
I'm just joking. I tell you, I can't become a comedian. My jokes suck. So yes, most of us have seen something and we thought, hey, we can do this, right? And one way to look at it is that what's your current need in your community, in your space? Let's say, Jessica, you were like, my current need is to have a tutor in physics because I'm not good at it. I wonder if other people would pay to have a tutor in physics as well. You get what I mean? You have to. Sorry, I keep looking to this side because I have one of the screen to this side. So we all know a need in our communities, and we have Googled for something. So if you have Googled for it, other people are Googling for it as well. And as you speak to that, I could touch on the keyword planner. There's a There's let me. Oh, Shaheem got pulled out. Welcome back, Shaheem.
Yes, miss, I had to rejoin because my microphone wasn't working.
No problem. I was just joking about you a little bit while you were there. All of us actually, Zoe, everyone, not just me.
Oh my goodness.
So Google actually has a keyword planner. And I can do another session. As I said, I don't want to take all the time, but they do have. Okay, it's actually in Google Ads.
Sure.
There is a keyword planner, and I have a million accounts, so I'm not sign in. But you can go and you can put in some keywords, and you can look at the volume of people searching for particular things in a particular area. So you can go and you say, what do I say now? Bleaching cream. I'm just saying, right? And you can look in Jamaica and look at how many people are searching for that, or you can expand into the US. You can look at all the Caribbean countries, and you can say, people are searching for this. Let's say 100 times a week. That may not seem like a lot, but it is significant in terms of for you to know what kind of content you want to start off with and then build upon that based on what other people are searching for. And I actually used that technique for one of my other websites where I created an article, which it was just random, like, why are people searching for this? And it's also because I had a problem finding that service when I was in Jamaica. And I wrote the article, and it's the most popular article on the website. I have so many other articles that I've probably even written better, but that's the best article because that's something that people are always searching for in Jamaica. So you can sign in, go into Google Ads, you can play around, you can look at a keyword planner, and the numbers don't have to be big. You look at your market and think, little by little by little, it's going to add up. It may take you your first year and you only make $20. I had AdSense for so many years and only had $3 in my account for like the last 5 years until I started being a bit more, you know, intentional in terms of the actions I'm taking. So that's for example, just go and use keyword planner and see how that can work for you. So any more questions before I move on? Okay, dokie. So you have an idea. You have a great idea around something that you think people are searching for. For example, I'm going to think about headband wigs. I think that really blew up within the pandemic. People are like, what am I going to do with my hair? And I face the same issue. And this is why last year, June, I cut my entire hair off. I sat down in the living room and I cut it off. So let's say you had an idea for a headband wig website, right? And you came to Google domains. So this is where I prefer to buy my domains. I know there are a lot of websites who say $5 for your domain, etc. I trust Google because they already own me. So you can use Google domains, and I am not sure if it's available in Jamaica, but you can use Google domains to purchase your web domain, and it also gives you ideas around web domains to use. So let me say I want to do Edban Wigs. I can come and say I want to create a website called edbanwigs.com, and this is if you want your custom domain. Right? This is if you want your own custom domain. And in the last bit of the session, I'm going to show you that you don't always need your custom domain. You don't. So edbanwigs.com, someone already owns it. So, and they want to charge me $1,500 for it. I don't want to pay that, right? But if you scroll down, you can see other ideas for headband wigs websites that you can use, right? Headbandwigs.info, chiefbandwigs.us, but it does give you some ideas about other, using the same words. For example, cheap headband wigs. This gives you some ideas about what you could use as available. So headband wigs is fine, but I think cheap headband wigs would be a better domain, because I'm sure a lot of people who are searching are not trying to find something that's cost $500. They're probably trying to find something that they can just throw on, if they have to go out and go to dinner, etc. And in a rush, really, right? They're not trying to buy something expensive. So I can go here and say cheap headband wigs, and I can buy it. And I'm going to favorite that because I think that's actually a good idea. So let me look into it a little bit more for myself. So you can go ahead and you can buy this domain, and then you can build on this domain to own, to build a website. So if I don't have time anymore, so I'm not going to walk through the process of, after you buy the domain, how to create a website directly in Google. And also that is not super important. If we want to spend the least amount of money and see where we're going, we don't need a custom domain. So this is where I'm going to go into Google Sites and Blogger. And I'm going to set to Blogger first because I love Blogger. So Blogger is a free blogging platform that I was using since I was in high school. Since I was at Queens, I think I had a blog. So I've had a couple of personal blogs that I had, like a poetry and writing my thoughts, like an online diary from way back when. The beauty of Blogger is that because Google owned it, they allowed you to monetize it. You could add AdSense literally within it, as easy as that. Earnings connected, and you have a new website. So how do you start off with a Blogger? And the Blogger is a super easy alternative because it's hosted on the Blogger platform. Because Google owns it, it's easy to have AdSense in it. And you can start off with your ideas. Let's say easy physics lessons, easy math lessons, and you can see how people react to that content. I had a Blogger that I started for a service I thought of way back in maybe 2007. And I left it and I never paid any attention to it because my plan was that I would go and create it in a full website eventually. I finally went and checked the email, and I was getting contacts from people from the UK about the service. People were like, and I had to be telling them, hey, I'm no longer running that service. I just had an idea, and I left it there for years, and it gained traction without me knowing until people started messaging me. It was a paid gig, something I wanted to do. And I had to tell them, hey, I no longer have the business because I put the content out there. And eventually, it just started building up online and getting traction. And when people started Googling, they would actually find my website, my blog first. So you can start building content now, right? You never know where it will go. And maybe eventually you'll actually flesh it out into a full-fledged domain content with its own domain and a full-fledged business. I never proceeded with that because I started moving around, and I would need to be in Jamaica to actually have that business successful. So this is on one of my other websites that I don't have, my other accounts that I don't have a blog. So it's as simple as going to create a blog. So I'm going to name this one best countries in Kingston. I know Kingston doesn't have countries, but just in case people have, someone owns the other one already. Best countries. So I never can spell when people are watching. So best countries Kingston. .blogspot. I click save. So now I have a blog. I have no content. So I'm going to just create some new posts so that something can happen on the website. And I'm going to call this one Ochi. And I'm going to upload an image. I'm just going to publish. And I'm just going to add another post because I want to kind of show you guys what the content will look like. Saint Mary. Right, so publish. So this is a website that I now have live, and I'm going to change. You can change the layout or whatever you want. You can change the theme. So I'm going to put a pretty theme that I tested yesterday that I kind of liked. Where is it? Where was that theme? Where is that theme? Okay, let me just use this one because I'll show you the other one afterwards. I just admitted Abriana, and now I can view blog. So this is one of the templates I have. I find this one really cool. So I now have own best countries Kingston.blogspot, and I have my articles. It's this using Blogspot is already, what's that word again? Oh my god! It adapts to your phone, your tablet, whatever. So it's already ready, right? So this is awesome. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to change the theme because I want to show you guys something else. I'm just choose one of these in the interest of time. I just update the theme and refresh, and this is that. Cool. And now that you have this website, you now can go and add AdSense. And this is the part I was telling you about. You can now go create AdSense account. You can sign in. You can get started. You can add the link. You can actually use the link for your new website. And you can, yes. And you can create an AdSense account, right? And because, as I said, Google owns Blogger, it makes it super, super easy to integrate AdSense. Little by little, especially as people start going to your page, your content is going to get out there and you are going to be earning little by little by little. So this is an example of the one I created yesterday. Unfortunately, because it's a new account that I use, I didn't want to use my personal one. It's not showing you yet, but you would end up having ads to the sidebar right here if you enabled Google to insert ads for you. And I'm not going to show you my old, blogs that I had from I was a teenager. It's tragic, right? So Google actually put in the ads for you. And then you can, little by little, you can build up your content. There's also an option within AdSense where you can put in, like on the sidebar, you can, and let me see if I can show you how to do it. We have 10 minutes. I think I won't show you right now, but in the sidebar for the blog, you can actually add the code snippet. So remember I showed you guys how you can actually copy the code for the actual ads that you have, that you created for yourself on AdSense. You would actually be able to go and you can actually put that code in to show the ads where you want to show them. So as I said, you don't have to spend any money for this. If you have a Google account, you can already go create a blog. You can create content based on something that you already know. You can create content based on something that you research. When I spoke about the keyword planner and I spoke about you already having an idea, you can say, okay, I like certain kind of fingernails. I know you have Pinterest. It's not Pinterest. I know you already have Pinterest and many other websites. You can also use Pinterest to pull people to your actual blog, right? And then you have the AdSense there. So as people get pulled there, they will make you money, right? So the other free website I wanted to quickly look at was the Google Sites, which operates almost the same way as the Blogger. And you come to Google Sites the same way. You can decide that you're going to create a new site. Similarly, you can create a theme. I like this one. You can add pages. So I'm going to add a new page, top news, old news. And I'm showing you guys this because it's not hard, in my opinion, to go and buy your own domain. But in terms of to maintain your own website, let's say you're going to get a WordPress, to deal with the backups, to deal with updates and the plugins, etc. It's not hard, but it does take time. These free websites, it does the same thing. They do get indexed on Google. The content is still there. So if it's something you want to start to see what the traction is, then you can go ahead, and this is a very free approach. So this is another example of a website you can use, right? And you can go and you can insert anything you want, etc. But one of the things I wanted to show you, which is super important, is that yes, you can embed slides, you can embed maps, you can embed YouTube, but you can also embed code. Why is this important? As I mentioned before, you can copy your ad. You can go and you can put your ads in yourself. And this is where your ad would show once you have your AdSense account set up and you have actually added this website to AdSense. So as I showed you before, when you go to AdSense, it will ask you for the URL for your website when you're actually connecting a new website. So you then go and copy the link for your new website. Just show me the pages. And you can change everything here. If you're new to HTML, etc., it's still going to be pretty easy for you to just insert content, insert images, insert YouTube, insert text, add new pages, etc., and you will have it live on the web. So you just have to add this to AdSense, so you should be able to show ads. And this is how you're able to create content, free content, free to you based on what you know, based on what you can research, and you can have it monetized so you can make money online. So we have 4 minutes left. So I kind of wanted to spend some time, save a couple minutes for people to ask questions. As you saw, I will not be able to get into the app today in terms of how to create an app fast and get it monetized quickly as possible so you can start making ad mob. But yep, any questions?
Joedian, don't worry. This is Nicole from Caribbean Girls Hack. We are inviting you back for May the 8th hackathon on a Saturday. So ladies, if you don't get to ask Joedian your questions because it's 4 minutes, I was just going to press send so that you'd see the link for the next session, which is also another collaboration with with CGH. Joedian, they will definitely, because you have, I want to hear about the ad, what do you call it? Ad mob. And oh my gosh, and all the different pieces. But thank you very much. That was really excellent. I think you can take one question and then I'm going to press send, ladies. So there you go. Is it jumping off already?
No, I just stopped sharing. Anyone has any questions? Is everyone so shy or am I scary? Which one is it? Let me see if there's something in the chat. Any questions before we go? I guess
I have a question.
Go ahead.
when you were starting, because you said something about doing a blog when you were a teenager. As a teenager, you still have to balance schoolwork and outside activities. So how did you balance everything?
Cool. Well, I started my blog for personal reasons because I didn't really know much about AdSense then. So I had like poetry and things about commentary about what was happening in Jamaica at the time. And then when I found out about AdSense, I added it. And, little by little, there was some cents coming up, like a couple dollars over the years. I've never pulled money from it. So it's not that much. But then I realized, hey, even though, it's boring content to me, people are actually out there reading it. And I had a blog for poetry, and people would actually go and read the poems and they would comment, and I met friends on it. So it was part doing what I liked. And yes, there was an opportunity to monetize it. And now that I know more about monetization, if I went back, I would probably put more content that people would like versus just what I liked, to ensure that more people came. So this is why I would suggest try to do something that you like. If you like clothes, if you like dancehall, if you like Christian gospel, if you like nails, whatever it is that you like, my personal suggestion would be try to start with something like that. And write articles on it, make it searchable, right? And it's the long game. You're not necessarily going to see results right then, right? And this is why even when I'm doing these things, because I have my job, I have other things that make me a lot more money that I have to focus on, I try to balance how much effort I want to put in, because I'm thinking, if this makes me $200 this year, it's $200 I never had to do anything for. And eventually, it can accumulate into something I can use to buy, let's say, shoes that I thought was too expensive for me to spend my money on. It is passive, and if it gets to be, snowball into something because I become famous, that is good as well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Famous or no famous? There's a question from Abriana. She said, what is the site you use to create it? But I think we are right on the hour.
Yes, I just use Blogger and Google Sites a while ago to show you guys. There's also WordPress. You can have a free WordPress site that's going to be like whatever it is you choose for the name .wordpress.com. So there are places that you can do. The most important thing is to find a platform where you can actually add AdSense, a way to monetize it, so that you can have some sense coming in as time progresses. I think that's it. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and have a great session.
Is everybody going to say thanks to Jodi?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
I learned a lot of things today.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Jodi. Just the tip of the iceberg.
Okie dokie. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.